Hey my pretty ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. If you know him, I'm Suki. Now if you do, thanks for returning. Now don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so anytime I do new upload, you will be the first person to know. Yes, you. So we are here with this latte look, y'all. I know I'm late, you know, per usual, but it's not that I don't think I'm late. I just did it in my own time, okay? In my own time for you pretties, okay? I had to make sure I had all the right products that I wanted to do and have for this latte look, you guys. I just think it came out so amazing. So if you guys want to see how it came out and you want to see how I work on my skin tone, on my skin type, and on your girl Suki, and you just want to be here with your girl, stay tuned, keep on watching to get straight into the video. Alright pretty, so yes, my skin is just like this, y'all. Y'all ready for this video? I hope you guys are so ready for this video. I know I said I was going to give it to you and I'm just now getting to it. I apologize. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom in and get into this latte look. Alright you guys, so now that we're up close and personal, the first thing we're going to do is of course clean our face. I'm going to go ahead and go on with this Sun Touchable Sunbeam SPF, and it also is a primer at the same time by e.l.f. We're going to put that on the skin first, you guys, because we want to protect the skin and also moisturize at the same time, and that is exactly what it does. Look at that skin looking beautiful. Yeah, let's go to the next step. All right, so the first thing we want to do, you guys, is our brows, and the latte brows, I'm seeing that they're more fluffy than anything. All right, so for the latte brows, I want to go ahead and go in with a brow pen and also a brow gel. You can use whatever gel or whatever that laminates the brows to make them lay flat and make them look fluffy at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and go on with this first on my brows because I want them to be nice and fluffy. I love this product, you guys. I use it on my clients. I have several of them. That's how much I love the product. So I like to just put on as much product as I can and then let it kind of dry down and then flatten them out the way I want them to be and where I want them to stay. You know what I mean? So let's do that. So kind of just rub that product in them best as possible. This part kind of takes a minute to get them where you want them to be. Like that one right there, I think is pretty perfect. You can also go in and kind of shape them on top because sometimes they can be a little bit too long if you don't cut them. And I really don't want to cut my brows because as I'm getting older, they're getting thinner. So we're going to go ahead and let those stand alone and get nice and tacky and dry so that I can further press them in, okay? Now at this point, you guys can go ahead and use whatever primer that you like to use on your face. I'm going to go ahead and go on with this one. I haven't went in with a long time. This is the one size. Alright, so you guys, the skin is ready. The skin is ready for foundation. Let's go ahead and grab your favorite foundation. Preferably one that matches the face and one that also has like a glow to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go on with the Makeup by Mario and also my NARS. I'm going to mix the two together so I can get the perfect glow and shade at the same time. And we're going to do one pump of each. Just one pump. Nothing too crazy, nothing too drastic. And I'm going to mix the two of those together. It's still a perfect shade because they're like dead on each other. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so crazy. Mix that all together. And we're going to put this on the face, on the perimeter. You guys know that already, I believe. Like, you don't need a lot of makeup, you guys. You really don't. Just try and get all that off as much as possible and get it all over the face. Just like that. You see that? It's not a lot at all, right? At all. It's not a lot. Alright, for my concealers, you guys, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty concealers, you guys. I have shades Hazelnut, Butterscotch, and Peanut Butter. So Hazelnut, Butterscotch, and also peanut butter, and I'm going to use these three, you guys, right here. And I'm going to start with peanut butter, and that's going to go on the inner part of my eye and here. Okay, inner part of the eye and also here, down my nose and right here, and also on my chin and a little bit above my lip, just a tiny bit. I know that's not something I do, but it's a latte look, so we want to go all in. Okay, now we're going to take Butterscotch, which is this shade here, I'm gonna put that on the perimeter of that shade, just like that. This one's more my skin tone, as you guys probably already know if you've seen me do this before with these actual products. And around my mouth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Hazelnut, which is the darker shade, of course. I'm gonna put that shade here, and I'm gonna kind of make it into a C shape to kind of bring it up. And I'm gonna also put it around my hairline and my nose and under my chin. Under my chin. Okay, so that is what we want right there. Like this is it right here. Okay. Now I want to take a blush. You want to take a blush. I'm only going to take a blush and I want to put it under because I want it to be a little bit of flush of color. I don't want it to be something really drastic. So I'm just going to take this e.l.f. blush right here. I'm not sure the name. I think it's Charcoal Berry. I'm not sure. I'll leave it down below. You guys, I'll try and find it for you. But it's like this shade here. Really, really pretty. I'm going to use just a tad bit of this because I don't want to be too... I want a little bit of color. You see that? Just a little bit. Just a little bit of color, you guys. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And I'm going to bronze up a little bit more. Also with another e.l.f. putty. This one is in Sunkissed, you guys. Like, they're really, really pretty and creamy. Like, oh my gosh. You warm it up and it's just like, it feels like butter. I want to put just a tad. Just to warm up my face a little bit more. And to deepen up that shade I did put down. Okay, yes, warm it up with your fingers, honey. And you see how it's getting a little bit darker, but it's not too dark, you know what I mean? Kind of bring it in, and the chin area. Right there. Just like that. So that's what we have there. So now let's go ahead and zoom in and so I can show you guys how to do these fluffy brows. Alright, so I have two options. You can go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow. You can choose like a dark shade or a brown shade, whichever you like. And I also have Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Pin by Juviasplace. So they're both pinned, you guys, which is really nice. Let me take the top off so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And it's like liquid inside. You shake them. They're pins, and this is how they look when you use them. You know what I mean? So that's what we have there. I'm gonna go ahead and use the NYX one so you guys can see how I get my fluffy brow on. But before I do, I'm going to brush them down first to make sure that they're right where I want them. And they look like they're right where I want them. You can also take a spoolie or a spatula or a back or something and press them in, or use your hand and just press the brows in. You want to make them flush and flat to the skin, just like so. So you want to make them nice and flat, okay? Now we're going to go in with that pin and we're going to just put it in where it needs to be. We're not going to do a lot. We just want to put it where it needs to be. To make the brows look fuller. I'm telling you, like, this takes no time at all. Like, it looks good already. Like, and I haven't even done that much. So this is also really good for people that don't know how to do brows. And they just want to make their brows look a little bit more, you know, jazzy. Like they were tamed. This also works, you guys. So that's what you call, you know, a fluffy brow. Okay, you guys? Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to go in with the lightest two concealers. And I'm going to mix the two together so that I can go ahead and clean this brow up at the bottom. You don't want to clean up the top. You just want to clean the bottom of the brow, not the top. So keep that in mind. I'm going to get the tiniest bit, mix those two together. And to do that, I'm going to use my M166 brush. You guys know I love this brush. Kind of keep it light enough, but not too light. We want it just right, you know? Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the bottom of the brow. Right? Alright, so now we have it cleaned up. Now we're going to go ahead and go in with the M173 brush. Looks like this. And we're going to go ahead and push this into the skin. Just like that. Perfect fluffy brow. Now you guys can go in with a even brighter concealer if you really want them to stand out. That's up to you. Alright, so you guys, that's the brow. So we're going to go ahead and zoom out and do the rest of this face. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with my usual, my Morphe brushes, you guys. So the first brush I'm going to use is the foundation brush. This one is the E63 brush, you guys. It's nice and flat, and it gets flushed right against the skin, which is very nice and beautiful. Alright, you guys, so for me, I feel like the Latte look has nice shimmery shines under it. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the MAC Fix Plus. This one has the shimmers in it, you guys. This one's really, really is gold light. I'm going to use this to spray my face down. Now we're going to go ahead and go with that E63 brush, and we're going to start blending out the foundation. Now you want to blend it downward, okay? Hold your brush like here and just start blending it in and down. Okay? Try not to get into the other shades at all. You see the difference already? Beautiful, right? Okay. So we're doing the foundation first. Be careful for those brows you just did, honey child. Okay. Alright, so that takes no work. I'm telling you, it takes no work at all, you guys. It's really, really easy, and it's quick and it's fast. So now we have that done. Now I'm going to take this brush. This is the E49 brush. Really old brush. It's not, it's fluffy but flat at the same time. So it also gets nice and flush against the skin. And now we're going to go ahead and blend out this contour. I know I'm going upward with it, you guys. I'm going to blend that down. Okay. Down and around. Like so. Okay. Bring it in and down and around. Until you see that it's blended out to your desired look. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into the forehead. This you want to blend backwards first and then bring it forward. Go back with it and then forward. Okay, look, butter. It blends out like butter. Like, what are we talking about? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and go on with this brush right here. This is the M448 brush. Fluffy brush, you guys. Really, really nice brush. It feels good, and it's gonna get right into the areas where we need it to be. So now let's go ahead and go into that darker concealer and blend that. Okay, blend that right here and around the mouth. Right here. And then we're going to start with that lighter shade on the forehead and start blending that upward, and then the nose downward. Go down with it. Just kind of press it into the skin. Just go down. Everything's just blending out heavenly, right? Heavenly. And now let's do the chin. Yes, pretty, right? Now you can go ahead and clean that same brush off. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the lighter shade. Just kind of press it in and drag it outward and down. And start blending it into that blush shade and back in and over into that concealer. Yes, because when you put them together, it just looks so, look at that. What are we talking about? Again, like I always say, what are we doing with our lives? And I take the remainder and I kind of blend in between those two shades. You can kind of see where it needs to be blended because you'll see like a line of demarcation, and we don't want that at all. Okay, so keep blending, keep on. Now I'm going to go back into my foundation brush, and I want to go in between everything because I don't want nothing to have, like I said, line of demarcations or anything like that. I want it to be seamless. I'm going to take this same brush and do the nose. Start at the brow and bring it down. Just like that. Looks really good to me, baby. Go back into the under eye brush and pat down some more. Alright, you guys, I feel like my face is nice and glowy, and it's just looking just beautiful to me. Like, I'm going to go ahead and go on with a powder. This is the Laura Mercier powder in translucent. This is the blurring one. Really beautiful, really gorgeous. It has a shimmer in it. It's not flat on the skin, and it doesn't make your skin have flashback. Like, what are we talking about? And we're going to go ahead and press it in under the eyes. So you want to make sure it's flat first. Then you're going to go ahead and go in and, you know, lock it in, honey. Lock it in. Alright, so now that we have that set, we're going to go ahead and go in with a powder bronzer. This is by Plain & Makeup by Yolando. This is the Tropical palette, you guys. I really, really love this one. I'm going to go ahead and try this out. And I'm going to go into these two shades right here. Let's go ahead and put it on. I'm going to use my M450 brush. Looks like this. I'm going to go into, like I said, this darker shade first to see where we're at. And this is really pigmented, you guys, so be careful. I'm going to start setting this down on the face. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade here. Just a little bit. And I'm going to do the nose. Alright, you guys. So she's looking real good. Like, I'm really liking this. So let's go ahead and get into some eyeshadow. Alright, so I did just do a video on this, you guys. I'm going to leave it linked right up here if you guys want to check that out. But we're going to go ahead and go in with the Coffee Shop by Juviasplace in a collaboration with Vanessa. So this is how it looks, you guys. Really, really beautiful shades. Alright, you guys, for this, we only need 3 brushes. Yes, 3, okay? Just 3 brushes. They are by Morphe. Alright, that's really, really close to me. Looks perfect. So we're going to go ahead and go in with the P. Louise Base and Rumor 03. You guys know this is one of my favorite shades because it matches my skin tone so perfectly. And it's not too light and it's not too dark. But it's light enough to make your shadows pop and to make them show up vivid. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and flatten that out with my M73 brush. You guys know that's what I like to use to blend products out around my eyes and on my brows. Okay, I'm gonna just blend this out. So we don't even need a lot. We didn't even use a lot. So now that we have that base down, I think it looks great. Again, let's go ahead and go in with that palette. You guys already seen those shades. The first brush I'm going to use is my E17 brush. Looks like this. We're not going to go too dark, but we're going to go like to the next darkest shade. Will possibly be this one right here. More of like a coffee type of thing going on here. And we're going to go ahead and put this right here at the back. Just going to set that shade in there. Right now we're just packing it in. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this other brush. This is the M330 brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade right here. It's a really quick latte look, you guys. It's not nothing difficult or hard. I'm going to lay that shade on it and above it and around it. And then we're going to start blending this shade out. At this point, it's just about blending, okay? Kind of blend that into... Gonna keep blending. Okay, same brush. Let's go into the lighter brown, which is this one here. No. Now let's go ahead and go into this lighter brown, this shade right here. And we're going to put that on the outer parts of that. You want to go in lightly when doing this, okay? Like you see how I blended it out ever so effortlessly. Now let's go into this shade using the same brush. And we're going to put that at the brow bone, basically. See how it's making it look nice and flat and flush? Okay. Now I'm going to take that, shake that brush off, and start blending that again, back up and out. If you need to, go in with the shades. If you feel like they got lost, now I'm going to go in more, closer in this way, okay? Just want to just make sure this is nice and blended back here. Look at that. So pretty, right? Oh. Now I'm going to go back into the E17 brush and go in with the darker shade. And I'm going to put it right in there, right in that crease. Just right there. And start to blend it in that crease. Go back and forth, whatever you have to do, honey. Go in those circular motions. You see how I made it look more deep and even more beautiful? Okay, now go back into that other brush with no product on it and just start blending on the edges. Okay, like so. Look at how beautiful that is. Bring this corner down. Make sure you blend that. So I'm going to go back into the E17 brush. Now we're going to start connecting this to the lower lash line. And we want to deepen up that lower lash line. Like so. Look how beautiful that is already. This is that darkest shade in the palette, if I didn't say. And then put that darker shade at the corner right there. Just at the corner. Like that. Just at the corner. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this brush right here. This is the E18 brush. And it's just kind of hard. I think I'm going to do this shade, and this shade. Maybe this one. We're going to go ahead and go into the shimmer. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade here first as a shimmer. Because it is a darker shade. And place that right at the back. Just like that. wipe that brush off, because now we're gonna go ahead and go into this shade right here and place that on the lid. You can also use your fingers. Let's see how I work with my finger. That's the shade, y'all. Really pretty. Ooh. And just kind of wipe it back and forth. That's really pretty shade. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into this shade here on that same brush, or use your finger, whichever you desire. I'm trying to do both for you guys so you can see what the difference is. So that is with the brush. Now let's go ahead and go in with our finger. As you see, you get more payoff with your finger. It just because it warms the product up. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this shade right here and put that on the inner part of my eye. And just kind of swipe back with it. Just like that. Really, really pretty shade. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with those blending brushes. I'm gonna go in with the smaller one first, which is the E17 brush. And I'm gonna clean that brush off, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And put it in that crease. Now let's go ahead and go in with the fluffier brush and go into one of the lighter shades to blend out the edges. All right, so now that we have all that down, let's go ahead and go into the lightest shimmer in the palette. And we're gonna put that on the inner corner of the eye. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put some eyeliner in the waterline. I'm gonna use this black. This one is Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in the shade 0. And I'm gonna put that in my waterline. All right, let's go back into this brush right here. I kind of got the eyeliner down here, but it's okay. Let's go back into that brown shade and blend this lower lash. Just like that. Then you're gonna go in with an even, then we're gonna go in with this lighter shade right here and blend the edges of that shade. I feel like my color in the back got kind of lost. I'm gonna go ahead and place that shade that I put back here back down using that big fluffy brush. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do a some eyeliner, you guys. I'm gonna go in with a brown one. This is T-Spill by Morphe. That is what it looks like, you guys. It's not too brown, it's not too dark. It's like just perfect for this type of look. This is the one where I just kind of cut it off. I don't do a wing. I just leave it as is, you know what I mean? It's like that. Look how beautiful that is. Such a beautiful brown, you guys. Such a beautiful brown. Now we're going to go ahead and go back into that E17 brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here. I'm going to press it on the ends of that to blend it together. I'm going to take that same one. I'm going to kind of bring the eyeliner in a little bit to elongate the eye. So that's what we got right there, you guys. I think it looks really, really good. You guys can take it as high or as low as you want your eyeliner to go. But just remember, when you do get done, you're going to go ahead and, like I said, tap that eyeshadow at the back to make it look connected. And you want to go over on that eyeshadow also. I mean, on that eyeliner, so that it just looks as one, cohesive, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pop some lashes on, and I'll be right back. All right, my pretty, so everything is on. I went in with the Honor Roll highlighter by the Crayon Case. All right, you guys, so I did go ahead and go in with these lashes. If you are wondering about them, I will have them up on my TikTok, something special, you guys, so keep that in mind. So now it's time for the lips. Coffee lips, baby. Yes. So I have these two lipsticks here. It is Juviasplace. They have the beautifulest shades of browns, you guys. So the lip liner I just did, Coffee Bean, yes. And then I have the lipsticks in Nubian, Sand, and Nile. These two right here. Let me show you guys the shades. So this is Nubian Sand and this is Nile, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and do a lip. Let's go. First thing I'm going to do is go in with that lip liner. Overline just a bit. So you're going to kind of fill in that top lip just a tad. Just like that. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with Nubian Sand and put it on the lower lip. Then we're gonna take Nile and put it on the upper lip. And that is the lip, y'all. It looks so bomb, right? Like, oh my god. So I'm gonna go ahead, you guys, and zoom out because I think this is everything we need on the face. I think it looks very, very latte. Let's zoom out so we can show out. All right, my pretties, so this is everything all together. Latte, we're right here, baby. Like, fix this up real quick, like here. Oh, baby, you can't tell me nothing. Would you like a cup of coffee? Come here, baby, come here. I think it looks really, really good. I had so much fun with this, you guys. This is what I used to do when I first started my YouTube, and people did not like the browns and all that stuff, and it's all like here is back. So I can do this brown stuff. I can do this natural look, you guys. If that's something that you guys really, really like, if that's like what you prefer for me to do, I can. Hit me in the description box below, but this is the look. All right, you guys, so by the way, these contacts are just for Kiara. Yes, just for Kiara contacts, you guys. I have in the color Vision, which is a brown shade, which is very, very beautiful. It's like a hazel and a brown, and it's just a beautiful color, you guys. I'm gonna leave it down below, and don't forget to use my 20% off disc code. This one right here, yes, that one. Go ahead and use that 20% off disc code, Pretty Silk, to get 20% off your order. And yeah, help your girl out. Hope you guys love it. Okay, on to the next. I think she looks gorgeous, just gorgeous. So if you guys really, really enjoyed this look, and if you recreate my latte look or anybody's latte look, please hit me up. Let me see how it looks on you guys, see how you did. But without further ado, I just thank you guys. I love you so, so, so much. And until next time, bye.